is Chris K with your Core Complete Phase 1 Workout A. For Workout A, we're going to need just a piece of equipment here, just one thing. We're going to need a stability ball here. This is about, I believe, 62 inches, just a moderate size, just something that you can hold on to. In a pinch, you can also use a smaller a wider ball, maybe like a child's play ball or a soccer ball or something like that, but ideally we have a stability ball. Alright, so the first thing that we want to do when we're preparing for our workout is to get a short warm-up drill, a couple warm-up drills going on here. So what I'm going to do is start on all fours. This first exercise is called a cat camel. So what I want to do is arch my back like a camel, raise my back like a camel, then arch it like a cat. Alright, we're just going to do about 5 cycles of this, just kind of coming forward and back, just working that hip motion, moving that back up and down. And just one more here. And from here we're going to go into a rock back, right? So the rock back, I want you to think about coming up under your toes, really tightening your abs. We want to practice what we call bracing before we do our workouts here, and that's just pressing into the ground, keeping the abs tight, tightening the butt cheeks. And with this, I just want to rock back on my heels, press my heels into the ground, use my hands to kind of put pressure into that, and just come back. Alright, I'm just going to perform 5 here, but for our real warm-up here, when you do these drills, I want you to give me about 10 to 15 reps. And we've got one more. Alright, now from here, we're going into what is called a fire hydrant. So with the fire hydrant, my legs are wide. Okay, what I'm trying to do is just move from the leg only. A common error that we see with this exercise is like moving the back. We want to definitely stay away from that because we're trying to really simulate the core drills that we're going to do here. So I'm just moving from the leg only. I'm just going to do 5 here. And again, this is kind of, fire hydrant. That's pretty explicit, but it definitely gives you the idea of what we want. So again, try to keep the back flat. Just remove from that leg. I'll move from the other side here real quick. You should feel this in the side of your hips. And again, we're just working on hip mobility here. We're trying to get everything free and mobile so we can move to our fullest potential during the workout. Next exercise, we have a sideline arm sweep. With the arm sweep, I'm just laying to one side, sweeping my arm up and over my body here. Again, my hand starts under my butt, comes up, facing the ceiling, comes over. And this is going to be the warm-up for all of our workouts, all right? So, when you're thinking warm-up for your core training, this is just going to make sure that you have the best success possible when we're on our hands with things like planks, or we're doing dead bugs, we're on our backs, or any of these other exercises where we're getting into, these contorted positions here. Alright, so now our last exercise is what is called a floor slide. So with this, my arms are down on the ground here, I'm pressing my back into the ground, I just want to slide my arms over my head, I'm kind of pressing up and out, hold for 1 or 2 seconds, and I'm coming back. Alright, again, I'm just performing 10 reps here. And 5. Good stuff. Alright, now for our first exercise, our first circuit, alright, we're going to need a stability ball. This is circuit A. We're going to perform each exercise here for a period of 30 seconds. Alright, in week 1 we're going 3 rounds, and you just progress it. You add about 10 seconds per week. And we stay with this 3-round thing. The key is just maintain proper form. Alright, and proper form with this is keeping the feet on the ground. I want to squeeze the ball hard, tighten my abs, sit straight up and get this thing above my head. Alright, my toes are flexed down. What I don't want to see is bouncing off the ground. Alright, so if you find that you're doing that, put the ball down, or you can press your feet into the wall to make it a little bit easier. Alright, now to make this harder, I can simply hold the ball behind my head. Makes it much harder to sit up. The other consideration with this is you're pressing the toes down. I don't want you pointing them up, I want you pressing them down away from you. Okay? So that's our first exercise, 30 seconds of the straight leg sit-up. Alright, for our next exercise in this circuit, we're going to come into plank position here. I want you to get your legs very, very wide. Okay, with this, kind of walk out a little bit, and you're just going to be rocking forward and back on your toes. Alright, I want you to think about keeping your back flat like a table, rock all the way forward, rock all the way back, keep your elbows fairly wide actually with this. And again, I'm taking a very wide stance. We're trying to hit those outer obliques, 30 to 50 seconds in that position. Alright, now from there, we are going into, let's see, what are we going into? We are going into a pull over with a leg extension. So I'm going to take the stability ball, I'm going to come onto my back here, get my abs tight. Again, my legs are spread very wide with this. I'm really pressurizing the ball, pressing my back into the floor. I'm pulling over, putting my toes down, and I'm kicking out. Pulling over, and I'm kicking out. Once again, my legs are staying wide here. All right, 30 seconds here. Okay, and then we're going into our last exercise, which is a wide elbow crawl. So elbows are wide. This time, I'm crawling out with my elbows. I'm coming back. Again, trying to keep my back flat like a table. So each of those moves for 30 seconds, you're going to repeat that circuit 3 times before moving on to circuit B. All right, so for circuit B, our first exercise would be a stability ball pike. All right, so with the stability ball pike, what I'm going to do is get the ball, start on my knees here. Okay, you can make it easier by having it right over your knees. Make it a little bit harder by walking it out a little bit. It's just kind of based upon the competence. If you find you're kind of wobbling or falling off the side, start here. There's no shame in that. All right, but what I want is spike your butt up into the air. Try to push the feet together, actually, and come back. All right, just come up to the point where you feel your abs contract and come down into push-up position. Don't let your back arch, though. All right, so it's up, down, just like that for 30 seconds. All right, from there, I'm going into my next exercise, which would be holding the ball behind me like this, right? And I'm doing a pullover with a close leg extension. So I'm extending my legs. This time, though, I'm keeping them very close together, pressing my feet together. All right, abs stay tight, back stays pressed to the ground. You can bring your feet closer to the ground to make it easier. You can raise them up to, to make it harder. You can raise them up to make it easier. The main key here is the back stays pressed into the floor. So once again, it's a pullover with a leg extension. Move very slowly. Keep those abs tight. Keep the feet pressed together. All right? For our next exercise, we have a one-legged pullover. So we're just going to straighten our legs out. One leg is extended. Again, you can press the foot into the other leg here to really hit those lower abs. I'm pulling over for 30 seconds on one side. I'm pulling over for 30 seconds on the other side. All right, and that's the circuit. I'm doing each of those exercises for 30 to 50 seconds, back to back, 3 times. That's your workout day.